I'd like you to imagine a world in which the best way to get people to like you is by acting like yourself, rather than appealing to their interests in some way. Now, believe it or not, this is the world that we are living in today. My name is Harrison MacDonald, and today, for the next about 6 minutes or so, I will be explaining a character trait of my personal character trait that I have modified over time through my experiences, and I hope you'll be able to take away from this presentation about how you can get people to like you, essentially. So, back around elementary school, I was very concerned. I wanted to be a social butterfly, so I was very concerned with making friends, and so I thought that the best way to do this was by appealing to people's interests. Say they liked a certain sport, or they liked a certain, like hobby or musician. I thought that I would pretend to like that person as well, and that would get them to like me better. But in reality, I realized that it is actually acting like yourself that is what people will like about you, because they can see through your kind of like pretend fake acting, and they'll think you're untrustworthy and fake, and they won't want to be your friend. But if they see that you're acting like your true self, they will look upon it favorably, and they'll be more likely to want to be your friend. And I have experienced this both in elementary school, middle school, up through high school, until what I've learned today. So I understand this actually works. So I'm hoping that by talking about 3 objects from my life, one representing my past, one representing my present, and one representing my future, you'll understand how I have arrived at this conclusion. So we will start first by talking about my past. So, this baseball glove represents my past. Back around elementary school, it was very popular for kids my age to play baseball. And I wasn't particularly into baseball, but I wanted people to like me, and so I played baseball. And I wasn't really into that, and people could see that, and so they looked upon it unfavorably, even though I tried my best to like baseball. And so back then, I started to realize, hey, this is not how people get to like me. They can understand, they can see that it's fake. So my present comes along now, and I will show you this jazz record, the Cannonball Adderley Quintet. So a lot of kids my age, I'm only 18, a lot of kids my age are listening to a lot of pop and trap and stuff like that, and I don't listen to that music. I don't really like it. Instead, I actually prefer jazz and soul and stuff like that, and so people know this. I'm very open about it. People will come to my house and I'll throw on a jazz record, and they appreciate that that's what I like. That's like my musical taste, and they're not like, oh, this isn't what I like. They're like, oh, that's cool that you listen to that music. I don't really listen to that music, but I kind of like this. And so even sometimes like I help them introduce them to like new genres and stuff like that. So this essentially shows that if you are acting like your true self, people will look upon it favorably. However, things could change for myself in the future. In the future, when I have a true career, I will have certain guidelines I have to follow. And so I want to be a politician, and so I'm going to probably have constituents or something, other politicians I'll have to interact with. And to get people to like me, there will be limitations. I'll have to dress formally for my job, which I may not particularly want to do, but it's just an expectation. And so I'll have to wear a blazer. And rather than wearing the conventional navy blue or black, I would probably prefer to wear something like this, which is plaid, a little bit more colorful, a little bit less boring. And I'm expecting people, from my experiences, to look upon this favorably, and they're going to appreciate that this is my taste, rather than just going for what everybody else normally goes for. So hopefully you can understand how my experiences will affect me in the future, and how I still believe that people will like me for my own taste, my own personal taste, even though I will have some limitations such as dressing formally. Now, I hope that you have, through this presentation, understood through these 3 objects how acting like one's true self is actually the best way to get people to like you, rather than appealing to other people's interests and being fake. And as the future comes, I will understand more about what it means to be oneself and what it means about people liking you. But for now, I have realized that if I truly want to make friends or gain someone's favorability, the best way to do that is by acting like myself. That's my presentation. Are there any questions?
Now, Harrison, at what point in your life did you realize that just acting like yourself was the best way to make friends?
It was after elementary school, because that was when I was playing baseball. It was before high school, so it was probably around the beginning of middle school, like 6th grade or so, about then. Any other questions? No? All right. Thank you for listening.